Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us as you do each and every day throughout your work week on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. In addition, you can find us on the web on CivicCenterTV.com as our website. You will find us on demand there on our homepage every afternoon and evening, and find all the times that we're airing throughout the day on our program schedule on our website. Again, CivicCenterTV.com. In addition, you can find us on Facebook today on the Facebook page of West Bloomfield Parks, as well as on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. In addition, as always, you can join us on the radio on your drive to and from work, to and from picking up your kids or dropping off your kids at school, or anywhere all around the community that you're going all throughout the day today on 89.3 Lakes FM and on lakesfm.com. Diane, the cloud's going to be coming and going over the next couple of days, but some sunshine is ahead of us as well.
That is true, Tyler. So for today, we're going to expect mostly cloudy skies with the highs of 40 degrees and the lows of 27 degrees, but it's going to be mostly cloudy. But as we head into Tuesday, we're going to get ready for a clear and nice sunny day throughout the day, with the temperatures reaching a high of 41 degrees and a low of 30 degrees. And as we go into the evening, it's going to be partly cloudy. As for Thursday, we're going to see a mix of clouds with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. The temperatures are going to rise a little bit to reach a high of 47 degrees. Of highs and a low of 34 degrees on Thursday. So a mix, it's you can say it's a cloud party, Tyler, with a mixed weather, mixed sunny weather, but the temperatures are constant. It's going to be a little bit sunny tomorrow, but the temperatures are going to still be fall-like.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an adjustment going back to those cooler fall temperatures in the mornings and in the evenings, but we're definitely well into the thick of the fall season now as we approach November beginning tomorrow. Tough to believe that we're already in the month of November. Plenty to get to on today's edition of The Splash Live. A quick rundown of the top stories throughout our community today. Early voting continues to be underway as we approach Election Day 1 week from today in the Greater West Bloomfield community. We'll tell you how you can vote early at your city or township hall, as well as other places in Oakland County this week. Last week we talked about a story that involved some crooks using the name of a late West Bloomfield police official in some attempted scams over the phone. The police department's now posted even more helpful tips on how to avoid some of these scams online. We'll get to those in just a little bit. This Friday, trivia and 80s night in Bloomfield Hills, all supporting a good cause that involves our kids right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. In just a little bit, Meagan Tehako from West Bloomfield Parks will join us to preview the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast coming up next week in West Bloomfield Township. A great event coming up, and we'll tell you all about that in just a little bit. It is time to mark your calendars for another holiday event coming up in December. Killer's Christmas will be back at the Lodge Bar and Grill in Keagle Harbor. A great event. We'll tell you about that. It's a fan favorite every single year, and you're definitely going to want to mark your calendars and join some local celebrities at the Lodge Grill and Bar in Keagle Harbor. We'll continue to recognize the West Bloomfield School District's recognition of National Principals Month on this final day of National Principals Month. A couple more of our administrators being recognized by the school district. Earlier on this week, elementary school students from the first Lego robotics team were able to visit West Bloomfield High School and get a special preview of their upcoming production of Clue. We'll take you through the Lego robotics team's visit to the high school, and we'll preview Clue, which premieres this week at West Bloomfield High School. Plus, Sylvan Lake has fun events coming up at the community center over the next couple nights. Game night tonight, and then yoga night is back on Thursday. We'll give you details about both of those, plus other stories from throughout our community. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all day long today on The Splash Live. Stay with us. We'll return after this short break.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media all week long on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and I thank you also for joining us on the Facebook page of West Bloomfield Parks on this Tuesday in Greater West Bloomfield. Early voting is underway in our community, both in West Bloomfield, Keagle Harbor, and in Orchard Lake. It lasts all throughout the remainder of this week and into the weekend before we get to Election Day on Tuesday next week. So, your dates for the rest of the week, Tuesday through Friday. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to have 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. early voting times. That also goes for Saturday and Sunday. The only special hours this week with different timing on that early voting outside of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. is going to be on Thursday, November 2nd, where early voting will happen from 12 noon to 8 p.m. Now, under new laws in the state of Michigan and new regulations for elections, early voting can be facilitated in a couple of different places. This is a great flyer on your screens on civiccentertv.com from the West Bloomfield Clerk's Office explaining the early voting days and timelines. They're required to have 9 consecutive open days beginning the second Saturday before the election, running all the way through the Sunday prior to the election in order to facilitate early voting. And most of those days, as was mentioned, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., with the exception being Thursday from 12 noon until 8 p.m. There are 2 locations you can vote in each of your cities for early voting in our Greater West Bloomfield communities, either at your township hall, West Bloomfield Town Hall at 4550 Walnut Lake Road, as you see on your screen, or at Keagle Harbor City Hall or Orchard Lake City Hall. Those are your primary voting locations for early voting if you want to get your ballot in early in advance of next week's election. Otherwise, the other location you can go to is the Central Early Voting Site, which is located at Waterford Oaks Activity Center. That is 2800 Watkins Lake Road in Waterford. 2800 Watkins Lake Road in Waterford is where you can go to early vote. If you're not able to do so in your city, or it's more convenient to get out to Waterford and do it that way, that's an option for you as well. If you have any questions about early voting, you are able to call your local clerk's office in West Bloomfield. That would be 248-451-4848. In Keagle Harbor. Contact Tammy Neeb, the city clerk, or Stacy Goodall, deputy clerk, at 248-682-1930, and follow the prompts as you go through their automated system. And in Orchard Lake, you can contact Clerk Rhonda McClellan's office at 248-682-2400. Diane, a great opportunity for people to get their votes in advance, knowing they're not going to be counted until Election Day proper, but you at least get that process out of the way. Your ballots are submitted, and much like absentee votes, will be counted on the day of the election without you having to go to the polls during that busy time.
It's definitely a very convenient, very convenient for people, especially for people who have conflicting commitments on that particular day. It gives them more time to decide. It gives them even more time to vote on things that matter in their community. Tyler, it also prevents, if you want, this chaotic voting day, this chaotic voting day. So it gives people a lot of time to think about whatever they want to vote for. And it's also so convenient for a lot of people. So the great initiative, and I hope that people get in and get their votes in, because they're giving them plenty of time. They said 9 days before the actual voting day.
Yeah, it begins the Saturday before the election, runs through the Saturday of the week before the election, and then through the Sunday just before the election. I'm the kind of guy that likes to go to the polls, whether it's on the day of the election or before. Maybe I'll do early voting this time around in my city, although there's only select cities and areas of our counties that have actual ballot initiatives being voted on. In West Bloomfield, that's related to the Bloomfield Hills School District. In Keagle Harbor, they have some marijuana facilities related legislation on their ballot going forth this time. But still, these local elections have big impact on your city, so definitely encourage you to go out and have your voice heard in the community, whether you take advantage of this early voting opportunity and avoid the polls on Election Day, or you go on Election Day next week, Tuesday. We have an update from the West Bloomfield Police Department as they have figured out some information regarding a scam that we talked to you about last week on the program. Officer Tom Kyleman had served, Sergeant Tom Kyleman had served in the West Bloomfield Police Department for a number of years, protecting our community and being a leader in our local police department before passing away in February of 2019, which you would think would make it odd that he'd be able to have passed away in February of 2019 and still called you in the most recent couple of weeks and asking you to provide money to the West Bloomfield Police Department over the phone to him directly. Obviously, that is a scam. And what's being done in these cases is that people are using what's called spoofing in order to change the phone number that it appears on your caller ID that you're getting this phone call from, as well as the person whom is calling you. And in this case, they put the West Bloomfield Police Department, or they put Sergeant Kellman's name as the caller on that spoofed caller ID. When you answered the phone and you said hello, they introduced themselves as the late Sergeant Kellman and demanded that you make payment over the phone in these cases. The West Bloomfield Police Department posting just yesterday saying, quote, "We would like to remind the people that the West Bloomfield Police Department or any police department will never call you and request payment over the phone. Phone numbers such as police department phone numbers can be spoofed to look like the call is legitimate. If you receive a phone call like this, or any suspicious phone call that seems to be from the West Bloomfield Police Department or any other local, state, or federal law enforcement department, you can simply hang up the phone and call that department directly. If there is actually a pressing matter that they're calling you about, and you call them at their legitimate number, you'll at least get the information you need to know. know. And at the very least, you're not going to, Dayan, run into a situation where you may get tricked into giving away some personal information or making a payment that goes to a scam artist and is likely never going to be seen by you again, or is going to be used to further cause harm to your personal information.
Tyler, people have to be extra careful when it comes to either phone scams or even internet or online scams. Be vigilant. We always say that, be vigilant. And make sure you ask yourself, does it make sense to you? Does the request make sense? Would a police officer call and request for a gift card or for money or for personal information on the phone, or will they call you into the police station and ask you all that in person? So just make sure that the requests are making sense to you. Make sure that you don't provide any personal information, and always trust your instincts and guts on any call or anything that happens. So make sure that if you are a little bit suspicious, just hang up the phone. Either visit the police station or make sure you call the police station or any other organization that's requesting any form of information. It could be something other than the police. It could be, for example, we know that previously we had some scams regarding social security number, and they did send out mail telling us that this social security will never ask you for any information. Nobody from the government will ask you for any information via phone. So make sure it's always via mail. And if you do think that it is suspicious, make sure you call them, make sure, hey, do you actually need information from me? Because I received this call. So make sure you're extra vigilant, take in all these tips, and stay updated with your police department, because they do provide a lot of tips. You can always follow them on your social media, on their social media accounts, and they do always provide some very essential tips to keep our community protected from scam artists.
Facebook.com/West Bloomfield PD for even more information. They put a great graphic on there too about the extent to which SMS spoofing, which is some of the technology that's used in this case to spoof phone numbers, email addresses, text messages, and so on, often giving you dangerous links. If they're sent to you over your email or over a text message, you click on that link and all of a sudden they've got open access to any information that is openly available on your phone, or of course those phone scams that we've been hearing about, those attempted frauds in our local community. And again, if you're in doubt about someone calling you, a company, an organization, law enforcement, your local city, the best thing you can do is hang up on that phone call, look up their actual number and call that number and ask them about it. The worst thing you're going to have to do is apologize for so rudely hanging up on them. But in the case of a scam artist, if you're rudely hanging up on them, well, frankly, they deserve it. Moving on, a fun event coming up on Friday night, Trivia and the 80s in Bloomfield Hills at the Greek Orthodox Church on Woodward Avenue. It's Trivia night supporting Blessings in a Backpack of West Bloomfield and Kegel Harbor. It's got an 80s theme. There's going to be dinner at 6 o'clock, trivia games beginning at 7:30, a cash bar, 50-50 raffle, other prizes, and more. And what's great about this event is you get to have a fun night with people in your community and support a good cause. Blessings in a Backpack, if you're not aware, this is what they say on their website. This is how they describe themselves, saying, quote, "It's run entirely by volunteers. They raise funds, order, pack, and deliver the goods to schools, bags filled with 6 non-perishable meals to go home each weekend of the school year with the food insecure children in our school district." They do great work. I've been out there before, previously when they were housed at the old Abbott Middle School, now Roosevelt Elementary School, as they've been preparing those Blessings in a backpacks to discreetly give out to kids in schools before they go back home for the weekend with the food that they need to get through the weekend at their home if they're in a food insecure situation, Dayan. It's a really great organization, and this is an event that a lot of people have a lot of fun at every year, and it supports this great cause.
Tyler, it is very heartwarming, and the fact that it's run entirely by volunteers, it goes to show how compassionate and committed our community members are. So it's actually a great initiative. We know it's not the first. We talked about previous initiatives just similar to that, whether it's this organizations or others in our community, making sure that all our kids have this nutritious bag and meals, non-perishable meals. So we are very grateful to all the work that they do. And honestly, it is, again, a great initiative and very, very heartwarming.
You can find more information on their website, blessingsinAbackpack.org/events, or by calling Kathy Chico at 248-521-0074. Again, it's 6:30 p.m. on Friday night at the Greek Orthodox Church on Woodward Avenue in Bloomfield Hills. $40 per ticket, and those proceeds go to support Blessings in a Backpack in West Bloomfield and Keego Harbor. We'll take a break on The Splash Live from our heroes supporting our kids each and every day. We'll talk about our heroes that have been supporting our nation through the decades at the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Meagan Tehako from West Bloomfield Parks joins us next on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click schedule at the top of the screen. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We appreciate you joining us each and every day for the latest news and information from throughout your community. And as always, you can keep up to date with us on our website on civiccentertv.com, as well as on our social media, Facebook at Civic Center TV 15, Twitter, and on Instagram at Civic Center TV, and the same goes for our YouTube page at Civic Center TV. In addition, today we thank West Bloomfield Parks for joining us on their Facebook page as well, and we get ready for the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast coming up very soon in our community, Tuesday, November 7th. In the morning at West Bloomfield Middle School. We'll come together once again to celebrate our veterans from throughout the generations here in our local area, and a celebration in the morning, a breakfast, live entertainment, guest speakers, and more. It's a very fun event every year. Registration is currently open in our community. And joining us now to talk more about the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast is Meagan Tehako from West Bloomfield Parks. Meagan, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this. This is an event that began a few years ago and has really become a favorite repeat event year in and year out to celebrate our veterans as we recognize Veterans Day in our community. So let's take it back a few years to where this began. We've been celebrating Veterans Day in our community in a variety of different ways in the past, but never having necessarily a big formal event to recognize our veterans from throughout the different services and throughout the different years. Where did this event really begin years ago?
Yeah, so I think when I started working at West Bloomfield Parks, I've been here for about 10 years now, the township used to do a celebration. It was held outdoors, which, as we know, November is not the best time to be outside. And so Kelly Heyer, who's our executive director, really wanted to create an event that could be held indoors where we could really celebrate our veterans and expand the event, make it more inclusive, invite everybody within West Bloomfield and even the surrounding communities. So the first one was held in 2018, and it's really evolved since then.
Yeah, we've been involved in this event alongside West Bloomfield Parks, the township, the library, and other organizations coming together to celebrate local veterans in a variety of different ways. And that really is what this event kind of is. It's a variety of various celebrations kind of all in one. So what can people expect if they want to attend this, especially those veterans who do get in for free alongside a guest? What can they expect to experience next week?
Well, I hope they expect to feel really honored and special. We really try to go out of our way to make it a special morning for them. It's a formal event, so there's the honor guard. Everybody is usually dressed up in red, white, and blue. It's a really patriotic event. It's just a really great opportunity for all of our community organizations to come together and just celebrate our veterans. So we have a great meal lined up. Thank you to West Bloomfield Schools for handling all of that. And then we have a great program lined up as well with some guest speakers. So it's a really great morning, and I hope that all of our veterans leave feeling appreciated and honored and celebrated.
Yeah, Captain Michael Musso from the U.S. Navy was the keynote speaker a year ago, had a great speech there. We also heard from Robert Brooks. We heard from other veterans at the event as well who were able to talk about the impact of our veterans on our community. And this is a community-wide effort, Meagan, to put this event together. You mentioned West Bloomfield Schools, of course, providing the facility there at West Bloomfield Middle School as well as the food that morning. But how much does collaboration go into making something like this happen and really putting on a great celebration for our veterans?
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to do it without our partners. It's a completely free event, so we really rely heavily on our sponsors. So the local business community, they always step up and provide, the financial support we need to put the event on for free. As you mentioned, West Bloomfield Schools is our hosting location. The middle school is absolutely beautiful, and it's just a perfect location to hold this event. We've worked with Civic Center TV for many years, and it's great because you guys can stream, the event live. And so anybody that's home that maybe can't make it to the event, they can still appreciate it and enjoy it from home. And then the West Bloomfield Township Library, they've been a great partner for us throughout the years. They've provided the musical entertainment. They always have a load of volunteers that show up, every morning to help serve the veterans. And then, of course, the township, they're a big help as well. So I don't think this event would even be possible without all of those partners.
Meagan Tehako joins us from West Bloomfield Parks on today's edition of the Splash Live. We're talking about the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast that's happening November 7th at West Bloomfield Middle School, 8:30 a.m. until about 10:30 a.m. at the middle school. Registration is open at this time, and you can find more information on wbparks.org. And you mentioned it is a free event. It's free for veterans to attend alongside a guest, but it's also open for anyone else in the community too that wants to be out there and celebrate our veterans. So how can people participate in this year's event?
Yeah, so if you're not a veteran, but you just want to come and help us celebrate them, you're absolutely welcome to join us. There is a fee associated with it, but you're welcome to register on our website, just like everybody else. If you want to take part in the celebration, we'd love to have you.
And we mentioned earlier on that this has sort of evolved over the years from a celebration that the township used to do that was outdoors. It was a little bit one-dimensional into being something that's now very much expanded and has a variety of different ways that we're celebrating and recognizing and mingling with our veteran community. What's the reaction been like from our local veterans over these last several years that West Bloomfield Parks has been hosting the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast?
I think they love coming together, the camaraderie of it all. And I think they know that, we're always evolving the event. We're trying to improve it every single year. And we try to make sure that it's fresh every year, so we don't have the same speakers. We always try to bring in new people to kind of entertain the audience. So hopefully they look forward to seeing something new every year. We used to host the event at Orchard Mall. They were a wonderful partner for us. We just outgrew the space. So we wanted to make sure we weren't turning any veterans away. So that's why we have moved over to the middle school, just because they have a larger space. But even during COVID, we still held the event. We did a curbside pickup, and we had everybody standing outside with signs thanking veterans. So we were trying to do it in a safe way, but we didn't want to miss a year. So we're really proud to say that we have hosted it every single year in some form, since 2018.
Yeah, this year it's going to be happening Tuesday, November 7th, beginning at about 8:30 a.m. at West Bloomfield Middle School. The show beginning about 9 o'clock and lasting until about 10:30. West Bloomfield Middle School is the location. Tuesday, November 7th. You can get your tickets and register for the event by visiting wbparks.org. Just navigate over to their events page, scroll over to November 7th, and click on Heroes Appreciation Breakfast for more information. It's also linked directly right on their homepage. It's the first link you'll see on their page at wbparks.org. Meagan, anything else we should know about this year's event? Anything special that's happening that we should be prepared for?
Yeah, so we do have a great guest speaker lined up. His name is Major General Robert Smith III. And we're really excited. He has some great stories to share, and I think the audience is really going to appreciate hearing from him. So definitely want to come and check out that guest speaker. We also have our MC as Greg Flynn, Chief at the West Bloomfield Fire Department. So he's agreed to be our MC, and he's always very entertaining if anybody knows him or has seen him speak before. So we always love having him as our MC for this event. So, and we have, the Kalkaska String Quartet lined up. They're just a beautiful string quartet. And we have a great breakfast lined up. So we just hope that everybody will come out and join us. Please try to register in the next couple days because we do have to get that food order in to the school district ahead of time so they can make sure they're prepared for everybody.
Yeah, registration I had seen had been expanded from October 31st to November 2nd on your social media. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. We have about 130 veterans registered right now. We'd love to get that number up a little bit, but either way, we're going to have a great crowd.
Yeah, it's going to be a great turnout, always is, and it's a lovely event each and every year. It'll be, again, at West Bloomfield Middle School on Tuesday, November 7th. You got a couple more days to register, and to do so, wbparks.org. There's a link on their homepage where you can learn more information and register for the event, whether you are a veteran, and you can register for free with a guest to attend the event, or you just want to attend the event for $15 and celebrate our veterans with a great breakfast and a wonderful show as well at West Bloomfield Middle School. Meagan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Tyler.
wbparks.org for more information on the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast and other events with West Bloomfield Parks all throughout the season and all throughout the year. And again, you can register right now on their website. Registration continues to be open through November 2nd for next week Tuesday's event. And stay with us on CivicCenterTV.com for more information on our coverage of the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel. All offseason, all Lakers, all the way to Ford Field. Laker playoff football exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at CivicCenterTV.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We also thank you for joining us today on the Facebook page of West Bloomfield Parks. I encourage you to go to wbparks.org for more information on upcoming events, including the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast that's happening 1 week from today, Tuesday, November 7th at West Bloomfield Middle School. Plenty more fun events coming up throughout the holiday season going forward as we approach Thanksgiving and head toward the end of the year holidays as well. One of the favorites in our local community is Killer's Christmas at the Lodge Grill and Bar in Kegel Harbor. This is a celebration of life and the memory of Tom Kowalski, otherwise known as the Killer, former Detroit sports radio and television personality. We saw him often talking about the Lions on our local media, and this event in his memory going to help Team Joseph to battle Duchenne muscular dystrophy, as well as other organizations throughout our community, including our Children's Fund, which supplies school necessities and financial support to kids in the West Bloomfield School District. Defeat the Label, which is an anti-bullying advocacy and bullying awareness organization, as well as the Downtown Boxing Gym, helping provide youth boxing and support educational enrichment for kids in the city of Detroit. Mark your calendars, Friday, December 8th at 4 p.m. at the Lodge Grill and Bar. Free admission and valet parking and plenty of fun, including 50-50 drawings and raffles. There will be live auctions and silent auctions, fun prizes, community fun, and a lot of local celebrities, as you can see on your screen on the right side on CivicCenterTV.com. Plenty of TV and radio and other media personalities will be there from throughout the local area. We'll have people like let's take a look at this list we have. I know Woody Woodruff often shows up from Fox 2 News. He's often there. Bob Winowski or Wojo from Fox 2 will also be among the participants at this year's event. Dan Miller, the voice of the Detroit Lions, will be there. Plenty, I'm sure, would like to talk to him about the Detroit Lions season going on right now. Others that will also be joining them, Jennifer Hammer Hammond, also a Lions TV and radio personality with Fox 2 talking about sports, will be there. Mojo from Mojo in the Morning. Lomas Brown, a now Detroit Lions Ring of Honor member, will also be among the celebrities at this event. It's a great event to attend. It's a lot of fun every single year. It's always a packed house at the Lodge Grill and Bar in Kegel Harbor. Again, this event is happening on Friday, December 8th, the 13th annual Killer's Christmas event at Lodge Grill and Bar. You can get even more information right now by going on to their website, killerschristmas.org, I believe is the way. killercares.org is the website, and make a donation as well. Find more information on this event and support Killer Cares going forward. killercares.org, and again, Friday, December 8th. Beginning at about 4 p.m. at the Lodge Grill and Bar on Orchard Lake Road in Kegel Harbor. Diane, always a fun event, brings a lot of people out and supports many different organizations in our local community.
That is true, Tyler. It sounds like a very fun event, and there's a lot of guest speakers and a lot of guests in there. You mentioned well-known people from the media, sportscasters. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and you're doing all this for a great purpose. It's going to be serving several different organizations that come in our community, whether it's for the Duchenne dystrophy or it's for kids, providing nutritious meals for kids or supplies. So it's helping several organizazations, and it's going to be also fun. So it's going to be for anyone who loves sports, anyone who just wants to have fun in their community and network. Several other stuff and activities to do as well. So a great event to attend.
Yeah, a lot of fun every year. We've had some of our team be out there in years past to enjoy the festivities, and it's always a great time. And again, a packed house at the Lodge Grill and Bar. The event begins at 4 p.m., but it runs all throughout the evening. So if you can't get there right away at 4 o'clock, or you got to just be there for a little bit during the event, it's always fun to stop on by and support these great causes also that support people in our community, especially kids in our community. Also supporting kids in our community are our school administrators, our principals, our assistant principals, and others in our schools. And throughout the month of October, the West Bloomfield School District has continued to recognize more of its principals, assistant principals, and other admins all throughout the school district as they wrap up National Principals Month. A couple more they're recognizing include Eric Pierce, Athletics Director for the West Bloomfield School District and Assistant Principal at West Bloomfield High School. Previously in his career, which is 23 years so far in education, all with the West Bloomfield School District, Eric has taught marketing, advanced marketing, sports marketing, business classes, world history, and more at West Bloomfield High School. He's also served as a coach as well before becoming the athletics director as a varsity baseball and girls golf coach, as well as being an assistant coach for the West Bloomfield football team in the past. Another being recognized in the early childhood side in West Bloomfield is Sarah McDowell. 11 years in education. She's been with West Bloomfield, spending 8 in the school district as the coordinator of the preschool academy. We appreciate her as well. She enjoys teaching preschool and is fascinated by teaching through play, having a passion for early childhood education. And Dayan, great to have one final recognition for these principals, for these administrators as we wrap up the month of October.
Of course, Tyler, it is very important that we recognize and appreciate all the hard work that they have been doing and continue to do throughout the year, whether it's during the school year or to prepare to the school year during the summer. We did follow up with all these wonderful educators and principals. We have seen all the great work that they have done throughout the summer to make sure that our students get the best possible environment as they go into the school year. So we are very grateful for all the quality education and all the positive influence they have on our future generations.
Yeah, they do great work all throughout the year, not just in the month of October. And so great to have a full month where we recognize so many of them with the West Bloomfield School District. I highly encourage you to learn more about all their administrators. I know they posted some over the weekends that we ended up not getting to over the month of October. So for the full recognition, to learn even more about these individuals that are supporting our schools each and every day from the administrative side, you can go to wbsd.org or follow them on their Facebook at West Bloomfield Schools for even more information and to go back through the full celebration of October as National Principals Month. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media on the other side. Coming up next, Legos, robots, and a mystery at West Bloomfield High School. Stay with us.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it? I don't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Find local program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click schedule at the top of the screen. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Come back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. You can also always join us on our website on civiccentertv.com, on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15 every day, and today on the Facebook page of the West Bloomfield Parks. You can also join us on YouTube live and on demand every single day at Civic Center TV. If you subscribe subscribe and you ring the bell each and every day when we go live, you'll get a notification that we're live. You'll get a notification whenever we post new programming on our YouTube page as well. And all of that happens for free. YouTube.com/Civic Center TV for more information to follow along with us all throughout the year. Some really interesting stuff happening at West Bloomfield High School as they get ready for their production of Clue. They invited in some elementary school students to get a special preview earlier on this week as the 4th and 5th grade First LEGO League robotics team got a special preview behind the scenes of the fall production on the stage at West Bloomfield High School. This year, the robotics team on the elementary school side, their theme is quote-unquote masterpiece, aimed at encouraging imagination and innovation in their projects, and no better way to see that than on the stage, as so much technology goes into producing a stage play, even at the high school level today. And the team at West Bloomfield High School doing a great job as they get ready for their production of Clue, as we see some of the parents involved in the production getting into the costumes that they have put aside for this upcoming performance of Clue. Kids getting to see some of the rehearsal process, some of the staging process, the blocking process, and as we saw earlier, a little bit of the technology that goes into the production of this play with John Verloove and his tech crew at West Bloomfield High School. Diana, a great opportunity for elementary school kids to get a preview of a few years down the line at their high school and see some of the technology that maybe they haven't thought about that goes into stage plays and other productions in entertainment.
Tyler, it just shows how innovative our students can be, especially the high school students with all the technology. I mean, we did not have that back in the day when we were in school. We did not have that in our theater particularly. So it's a great way to be super innovative by integrating this wonderful technology with the play. It's very, very creative. And we appreciate that they invited also the younger students, the younger generation, to see what it's going to be like, as you said, Tyler, what it's going to be like to be a high school student in West Bloomfield.
Yeah, these kids already interested in science and in technology and in engineering and math, and now they're going to get an opportunity to add an A to that, S.T.E.A.M in West Bloomfield, which incorporates the arts. And these students are already very interested kind of in that level of thought and that level of learning, getting to see that they can kind of apply all of that in one spot at the high school level, giving themselves a preview for down the line. Maybe they join their middle school productions in a couple of years going forward, learn a little bit of the tech crew from behind the scenes and move on to do this in a few years over at West Bloomfield High School. Some really good news. And as we talk about Clue, they are beginning their shows on Thursday this week, November 2nd through November 4th. They're going to be producing Clue at West Bloomfield High School with an additional show on Wednesday, November 1st at 1 p.m. That's a special showing. But the true run of the show is November 2nd through 4th at 7 o'clock p.m. General admission will be $10. That gets you a ticket into the show. Students and senior citizens get in at a discounted rate for just $5. And then Gold Card members of the West Bloomfield Theater program, as well as West Bloomfield School District staff and two free additional guests do get in at no cost. More information can be found on wbsd.org. Again, Clue begins November 2nd, Thursday at 7 o'clock. They'll have a Friday and a 7 o'clock show on Saturday also happening this week. And then a special 1 o'clock show happening tomorrow, Wednesday, November 1st at West Bloomfield High School. Again, $10 general admission, seniors and students for $5. And then if you're a Gold Card member of the theater department or your West Bloomfield School District staff and want to bring some guest staff gets in with 2 free tickets. Gold Card members get in for free as well. And Diana, great show ahead as they do a little bit of mystery on the stage with Clue.
That is true, Tyler. Again, it is very, very creative play. I love the integration, again, of technology into the play and how they are. It integrates all these. It kind of keeps us excited as a viewer, if I must say, to find the clues and watch till the end and try to figure it out with them. So very innovative and creative play from the West Bloomfield High School.
Yeah, I know about Clue, the game. I'm not entirely sure about Clue, the stage play. My imagination would be because the game is so character-based and because actors love to kind of dive deep into their characters, that we'd see a lot of improvisation maybe even in this play. So every single one of their shows may be different from the one before, which makes this even more interesting of a production. So definitely encouraging people to go to wbsd.org and find more information about the theater department and this production of Clue, and also stay tuned on their Facebook page at West Bloomfield Schools for even more information and maybe even some special previews as we get into show season for Clue. wbsd.org. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, some of the greatest fun of the week is in the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan. We'll preview the next couple days of fun happening at the Sylvan Lake Community Center next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. And all Lakers all the way to Ford Field. Laker playoff football exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. You can also find us online on civiccentertv.com, on Facebook at Civic Center TV, and on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Civic Center TV as well. And of course, as we go throughout the week, I want to give you the information on how to have some fun along the way during your work week here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. And there's always a lot of fun stuff going on at the Sylvan Lake Community Center each and every week. And that includes this week, of course, trick-or-treating happening tonight in the city of Sylvan Lake. And then Wednesday, game night returns at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. It all begins at 6:30 p.m. at the Community Center on Pontiac. In Sylvan Lake. Plenty of games to be played there, including euchre and mahjong and more. It's open for both residents and friends of residents. Everybody that wants to come out and play some games is invited. And you can find more information on sylvanlake.org or by joining the Sylvan Lake What's Going On page on Facebook as well. A lot of fun games all throughout the year. Heather Buchanan, who helps to spearhead this when she posts on the Sylvan Lake Facebook group, always says they encourage to get more people out there, encourage you to bring your friends, bring neighbors from other communities to meet some people, have a fun night, and play some fun games at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. Again, that is 6:30 p.m. happening tonight in Sylvan Lake at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. On Thursday, the knitting group is getting together at 6:30, and then right after that, at 6:30 in the main room is Sylvan Yoga 2.0 with Misty Markham from Luna Moon Sup Yoga. A relaxing night of yoga on a cooler night with the fireplace rolling in the Sylvan Lake Community Center, and that does get the ambiance there very nice and warm. It'll be right around sunset time also, so some sunset yoga on a cooler night with The fireplace also going at the Sylvan Lake Community Center, and all it is for $5. You get all of that. SylvanLake.org for more information, and you can call them at 248-480-6080 also for information and to register. That's going to be happening on Thursday night at 6:30 at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. And Dayan, great to see people getting out in the community even as the weather sort of coolens, and plenty of more of fun events happening indoors at the Sylvan Lake Community Center each and every week.
As you said, Tyler, as the weather's getting cooler, they are moving indoors. They're not going to stop the activities. Plenty of amazing stuff that's going on, whether you are a yoga enthusiast and want to do something physical, want to do some physical activity and some relaxation, or you want to enjoy some fun games with people in your community. It's a lot of great events for everybody and for all ages. Again, a great initiative by our community members to keep ourselves getting out, not getting depressed because of the weather, because some people do get down as they get out of summer and into the winter season and fall. So it's a great way to keep us out and about and keep us connected with our community members and enjoy a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, go to sylvanlake.org for even more information. Craft night and yoga night on Thursday, game night on Wednesday. But there's so much other fun happening at the Sylvan Lake Community Center over the next several weeks. Book Club of Sylvan Lake. They're going to have a euchre tournament in a couple weeks on November 15th. Of course, the knitting group is also there. They'll have Parks and Rec Harvest, wine tasting, Sylvan Veterans coffee events also happening there throughout the month of November too. So much more fun at the Sylvan Lake Community Center, and all the events can be found with more information on sylvanlake.org. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center television that's close to home.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
That's what white people think. You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. Thank you for joining us. You can always follow along with us as you're going out and about each and every day throughout the community. If you have to tune out on the TV side or on the website, join us on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM and take us on the road with you safely all throughout our community each and every day. It's going to be a lot tougher. We're going to have a lot longer commutes going forward as we head toward the cooler months of the year, and eventually that snow is going to file in. The Road Commission for Oakland County already gearing up for the winter season, looking to hire part-time laborers and drivers for the winter season to supplement their full-time staff. These workers that allow the Road Commission to further fight the elements throughout our community more efficiently, get more people out on the road, and also have the ability to have people fill in for those full-time workers that put in long hours during the winter season to make sure our main roads, our highways, and even some of our city streets and neighborhood roads are clear when storms do come through. These jobs are available now on a part-time basis. There are some basic requirements in order to be a laborer and a driver, and you will be doing both roles in this part-time work. You do need to have a Michigan commercial driver's license with an A endorsement, or a CDL-A. in order to apply for this job, be considered for this job. It's part-time, scheduled at least 3 days per week or more, and you'll also be on call throughout the winter each and every day, and weekend work will be available as needed. Every attempt is made to establish consistent work schedules, but again, a lot of this is going to be weather dependent. And to learn even more information about this, you can view our website, CivicCenterTV.com. We had a recent interview with Craig Bryson about these job openings where he went into even more detail. In the meantime, rcocweb.org or call 248-645-2000. Diane, these part-time workers and these full-time workers for the Road Commission for Oakland County, they play a big role all throughout the year, but arguably their biggest season of the year is the winter.
That's true, Tyler. They are of utmost importance during the winter season because they do facilitate our roads, if you must say so. It's a great opportunity for people who are looking to change into careers. And as Craig Bryson mentioned, that most of their employees, they start off as part-timers and then they join fully because not only because of the environment, the RCOC is great, but they also allow people to grow into to grow in their organization. So it's a great start for people who are looking to change their careers, and it's a great part-time job. It's also quite needed. They're going to be doing an essential work throughout the winter in Michigan.
Yeah, we've had some tough winters in past few years. Last winter, not necessarily as bad as you had thought it could have been. We're due for a really bad one here sooner or later. All the more reason to help the Road Commission and gear up for this winter season. If you or someone you know is interested in this job, again, rcocweb.org for more information, or you can call the Road Commission for Oakland County at 248-645-2000, 248-645-2000. And again, our interview with Craig Bryson on demand on CivicCenterTV.com for even more information and insight into what the Road Commission does to keep our roads safe and clear during the snowy and icy and cold months of the year. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all week long on the Splash Live. Stay with us on CivicCenterTV.com. And in the meantime, the Splash Live will return very soon.